everything mash up. My 6 burners, 2 of my 3 bed. Everything mash up.
Rescue.
Terrible money. Oh God, it's terrible. I never seen nothing like this before.
We want to come help. We're so sorry what's happened, but we need it to be orderly, okay?
Yeah.
So we know where you guys are. We know that you need help.
Yeah.
All right?
It really breaks my heart to see what this Hurricane Melissa has done to my beautiful home. This place I call home, Jamaica. I see a lot of people helping, but definitely big thanks to Noah Lyles and Junelle Bromfield.
My community is always helping me out, whether it was in high school.
Yeah, this is the story scheme underwater after the wicked Hurricane Melissa.
Jamaica is no stranger to storms, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could prepare the island for Hurricane Melissa's unforgiving wrath. When the Category 5 monster made landfall, it didn't just tear through roofs and roads, it tore through hearts. The peaceful town of Black River in St. Elizabeth vanished overnight into a blur of twisted metal, flooded streets, and desperate cries for help. Yet, amid this chaos, an unexpected wave of humanity rose from the track. Olympic champion Noah Lyles. He wasn't running for medals this time. He was racing against suffering itself. Teaming up with his fiancée, Jamaican sprinter Junelle Bromfield, and legend Asafa Powell, Lyles launched a relief effort that brought food, hope, and tears of gratitude to communities in ruin. This isn't just a story about destruction. It's about how global heroes sprinted into a crisis far greater than any finish line. But to truly understand their impact, we have to return to the beginning, to the night Jamaica stood still.
This is the war. This is the hospital. The place caving. Ward 7 West this.
It began like a whisper from the sea, a low rumble that locals brushed off as another tropical tantrum. But within hours, Hurricane Melissa unleashed nature's full fury. Roaring winds that ripped through the island at 180 miles per hour, rain hammering the earth until rivers burst and swallowed entire communities. In Black River, homes built over generations crumbled in minutes. Streets turned into raging waterways carrying cars, trees, and memories. The courthouse, library, schools, all gone. By dawn, Jamaica was unrecognizable. Power vanished, phone lines were cut, and survivors clung to debris, praying the next gust wouldn't be their last. For many, it wasn't the wind that broke them. It was the silence afterward, the eerie calm that followed destruction so complete it defied words.
Man, you was covered under the dirt. The man who see the right and the local part, the right there, so, and everything gone down. See there? See there, people?
And while the world watched through headlines, Jamaicans faced the grim reality. Help might not come soon enough. But they had no idea that the next wave approaching wouldn't be another storm. It would be a wave of compassion led by familiar faces from the track.
I never seen nothing like this yet. Never in my life.
It has completely wiped out some of our most beautiful parishes, leaving people homeless without food.
When reporters first reached Black River, what they found looked less like a town and more like a battlefield. Roofs peeled away like paper, streets buried in mud, and families searching through the wreckage for photos, clothes, or proof that their lives once existed. The historic St. Teresa's Church stood in ruins, its pews crushed, its windows shattered, but somehow the crucifix still hung untouched. For Father Thomas Ngiji, it was a sign that faith had survived even when everything else hadn't. Across town, the firehouse lay drowned under 16 feet of floodwater. 90% of citizens were displaced, and yet firefighters and nurses kept working, sleeping in their vehicles, too afraid to check what was left of their homes. People lived in cars, others under broken walls, some beside the bodies of those who didn't make it. Black River became a symbol, not of weakness, but of endurance. And as word of the devastation spread beyond Jamaica's shores, something extraordinary began to stir in the hearts of people who once competed under bright stadium lights. The stories coming out of Black River were enough to break even the toughest spirit. Andrea Montaki, her voice trembling, explained how her family, 6 people, now slept in a compact car parked beside what used to be their home. Across the road, an elderly care facility was reduced to rubble, its remaining residents huddled together in the only room left with a roof. The hospital's emergency room lost its ceiling, forcing doctors like Robert Powell to treat patients in hallways while rain poured in. Even the police station became a shelter. Officers wrote reports by hand in a soaked ledger under the blazing sun. Amid all this despair, something remarkable was taking shape. The world was starting to notice. Videos of shattered homes and crying families began circulating online, tugging at the hearts of millions, including the fastest man in America, Noah Lyles. While athletes are often celebrated for their records, Lyles saw something far more important than victory. He saw a call for humanity, and soon he'd turn compassion into action. By the 4th day, Jamaica was on its knees. Looting erupted in desperation. Shelves were empty, gas stations dry, and tempers rising. Families begged for clean water while soldiers cleared roads buried under fallen trees. With communication down, rescue teams relied on radios and sheer determination. Yet, in the middle of all this, something about the Jamaican spirit refused to die. People shared what little they had. 1 candle, 1 piece of bread, 1 word of prayer. The nation's resilience became its heartbeat. Across the diaspora, Jamaicans abroad wept as they watched their homeland suffer, flooding social media with pleas for help. And among those watching was a face that the world knew well, Noah Lyles. When he saw her hometown submerged and broken, he knew he couldn't sit this one out. What followed would prove that sometimes true greatness isn't measured in medals, but in mercy. When news broke that Noah Lyles was mobilizing aid for Jamaica, it caught everyone off guard. Here was an American sprinter, fresh off a season of global triumphs, diverting his spotlight to shine on a struggling island thousands of miles away. Through his Lyles Brothers Sports Foundation, he partnered with Junelle Bromfield to deliver hundreds of care packages filled with food, toiletries, and essentials to victims in George Valley, St. Elizabeth. For Bromfield, it was deeply personal. This was her hometown, the same place that once raised funds to send her to the Penn Relays as a teen. "They carried me when I had nothing," she said. "Now it's my turn to carry them." The couple's gesture didn't just inspire gratitude, it reignited hope. Videos of their relief drive went viral. It was humanity at its purest. No cameras, no medals, no fame, just heart. And before long, other Jamaican legends took notice. Even now, after Hurricane Melissa's landfall, Black River remains a place suspended between devastation and determination, a community fighting to rise while still surrounded by the ruins of everything it once knew. Electricity is still out across most of the parish, phone lines remain dead, and residents continue to sleep in cars, shelters, or whatever corners of their shattered homes can still provide cover from the rain. Schools are not reopening. Many of them no longer have walls, roofs, or functioning classrooms. And students walk through the debris that used to be their learning spaces. Firefighters and police officers still work around the clock without returning home because there is no home left to return to. Locals speak with a weary, quiet strength, grateful that figures like Noah Lyles, Junelle Bromfield, Asafa Powell, and Orlando Bennett chose action over applause. Black River is far from recovery, but the spirit of its people refuses to fade. They rebuild slowly by hand and by heart, proving that even without power lines, Jamaica's resilience can still light the dark.